In typical Western media fashion, they're blaming Russia, China, and Iran for why there's pro-Palestinian support and hate towards Zionists and Israel's apartheid state. And yeah, they're going to write titles like this so that anyone who's pro-Palestinian are guilt by association for backing terrorists or these evil other countries. Archive link at the top. Also, what is with news using these third-party researchers and officials as if they're like some authority on some topic when we don't get to see their work or how they came to their conclusions? It's like how Fox News used to say, some people say, or the silent majority. We don't get to see their work. So what makes them experts in any case? They are just bullshitting and you're repeating their bullshit. And through this whole article, this whole article tries to do a whole guilt by association, saying that if you see pro-Palestinian content, it's probably being promoted by Russia, China, Iran, or whatever as a way to delegitimize any valid criticism of Israel and the West. Because it seems like Western media can't handle one simple truth. We don't just take your word anymore. We want facts, we want sources, we want proof, we want evidence. What you say is not good enough for us anymore. After all, in your times, it's easy to use this whole guilt by association for the pro-Palestinian propaganda when your source of truth is a social media intelligence company in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, Israel, yeah, I wonder why they wouldn't have a vested interest to say that all this propaganda is being done by like 40,000 bots or something. And it should not be surprising that, yeah, Russia today is called the explosion at the Ali Arab hospital a war crime, even though Western media says otherwise, because, yeah, we don't all believe Western propaganda, especially after you told us that Iraq had WMDs. This is an interesting quote by the State Department. It says, we're in an undeclared information war with authoritarian countries. Who's authoritarian here? Because in my eyes, America's always been authoritarian, even though it says it's a democracy. Once again, who are these officials and experts that track disinformation and extremism? Because I consider myself an expert on Western media propaganda and how you're currently using it to propagandize a war towards China. But of course, I show people how I came to that conclusion. You just say Cybra did this, a company in Tel Aviv with a vested interest saying that, oh, they did this and this and this and this, but there's actually no real proof. They just said they did. My point is, what makes these companies any more trustworthy than me? Because you said so? That's not good enough. So it should be no surprise that there's renewed calls for ban for TikTok. And to simplify this whole article, it's because the authoritarian United States of America no longer can spew its propaganda unchallenged and control the narrative. The craziest thing to me is how they keep using guilt by association by saying it's because China's evil when they're not the ones that are supporting a genocide. And I know, you're going to say, what about the Uyghurs? This is a human rights lawyer that said that there's a genocide going on against Uyghurs in China that's supporting the genocide of Palestinians. And if China did anything that Israel did, you would be clutching at your pearls. Face it, America, the youth is not buying your propaganda anymore.